1st. My name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. Getting ready to pop out the door. I have to go down and look at this new place. I'm going to be taking some pictures of it to get an idea what I'm going to be working with while I'm in this new other facility. So we're going to be doing a multi-screen setup for a kind of digital museum. That's what we're going to be working on, the project we're working on. On top of that, they're going to give us access to some major large windows in this establishment so we can advertise the ad tech technology, something that was lacking the space for displaying, because we do need massive windows to put the let's go ad tech. Wait a minute, I'll grab this real quick. Get a bag for my screen. So I got to be in early to check out. They said they got Dells, so we work with just about everything, so that's not a problem. And if it's 1,000 lumens or 2,700 lumens, I'm curious if we can get them. We probably get them to run. She said the HDMI is on the back of them, but just in case, I'm going to bring my adapters because I don't want to get all the way down there, and these things are just VGAs in the back. Let me see. We need an operational fire stick. They got a laptop. That'd be nice. I can hook up. Let me see. Chances are, the Dells, they have to have USBs in the back of them. Man, wish I had a battery pack. I did not charge any of my battery packs last night. Should have charged them. Didn't charge them. I could have swore we had an extra battery pack around here. Let me see what's in this one right here. We got a charge on this baby? 2. That's it? Wow. Really got to start charging my stuff. When I get up, I'll go to sleep at night, get myself charged up and ready to go. So, multi-screen setup, I'm going to do probably about 13 screens when I do in a day. This will give me a chance to inspect the area. Oh, it's the guy who left the hated message. Wait a minute. Hello? Yep, that's the fellow who left the message a few minutes ago. Cursed me out. So that was him right now. Yeah. He called back. He just hung up. That's all. Here you go. So just called a few minutes ago. From New Jersey. That's his number right there. So it's an active number. Good. Now that we know where you live at, we're gonna have a conversation with you. Doing that dumb nonsense. Sorry we had to add that in there. Somebody basically posted some real dumb stuff in a thumbnail. It was real poor taste in a post on a thumbnail. And yeah, his number is active, so that's good to know. So let me see. Where in the world did I just put my cell phone? Because I need that. I got to work today. I just had a few minutes ago. This is why I got to be on top of things, because I need a fire stick. First things first, I need to see what remote control operates with this fire stick. I don't have time to think about that dumb nonsense. That's what the devil wants me occupied. But at least we do know exactly the number is active, so that's good. To the fellow who made that gesture on my channel, cursing and carrying on and acting up, we do know your number is active now. I'm going to give your number over to a special friend. He's going to take care of this problem for me. So we will be in touch. Like I said before, not to bring up things again. I don't got time for this. I got to do a projector inspection today, and I got to basically size up the area. I got to take pictures of this area. How many screens I'm going to put in, how big the windows are. There's a lot of stuff I got to take pictures of. No matter how you guys had to justify that, it was poor taste, extremely poor taste. You had plenty of clips in that movie. I watched Bad Boys too. Plenty of clips. The fact you chose that particular one, extremely bad taste. So if you're, apparently the person who did it and supported it doesn't know much about business, because this is an individual who used his channel to display pornography. So again, you have to understand that images can damage the reputation of your name. But anyway, let's get back to business. I am going to go down today to get the pictures and everything taken care of, because I need to know exactly what we're going to be working with, what size screens, how far these projectors are going to be sitting back. And then on top of that, with the Dells, let me see. Let me turn this one on because I need to know what pictures. I don't want to be walking out and get the wrong fire stick. That's the last thing I need. Or I think I'm using laptop. I don't know. Now, when I use I'm going to be donating to them because, like I said, it's a cause for helping people out. And then you got low-income families and kids don't have enough to eat. That's why I like the organization that we're going to be doing this for. And on top of that, they have a ton of investors for their company. Sorry, hold on a minute. Trying to get the screen folded out right because we're going to take one of the screens down with us. So they have a ton of investors for the company. And on top of that, seeing what they do and what kind of work they do, because I wanted to get involved in that kind of work to begin with. Proceeds that we get from our company, we can actually donate it back to them to help them out on their mission. Let me see, what do we need here? I need boots. You know, the sad thing about it is, people, so the people we're working with, like I said, they do a lot of good things for other people in the city. You got kids out there who wake up in the morning, they don't have breakfast, nothing to eat. And these people help feed people, help them out. I want to promote their cause on my site. But we got people at the end of the day that are sick, that will basically take their cause and try to turn it into something evil. So that's sad that we have a charity group that we want to promote at the end of the day, but we can't promote them due to the fact that these individuals don't carry themselves. This is why we need to take it to court and get these people wrapped up, get them put in, and wherever they got to be put at institutions or whatever, because again, they do have problems. It's a shame because these people will sit there and contact these people where we're doing this work at and go, oh, don't deal with them, they're scammers. We've been through this nonsense already before, but it's sad, but it's true. That's just out of jealousy. Okay, this is the fire stick for this one. Okay, great, we're taking this one then. And the last thing I'm doing is get down there, get the wrong fire stick and go, ooh, you gotta be kidding me. We're taking this one. Got battery pack for charge. So that's good. Yeah, individuals have issues. I'm gonna talk to them today. They already know about the individuals. We made it quite clear who they are. So they know who you are. I got a little message for you. You cross that line, you'll get sued. That's all to it. They're not the kind of people that play around. Mind you, this the group we're working with. They call themselves Black Wall Street. So basically, they support African American businesses. You cross that line with them, they're going to sue the crap out of you. So again, toy with them, see what happens. But until then, I want to get down there, get this set up. I'll have their information. Matter of fact, I'm posting it to my site because I should be the post what I want on my site. And if they want to carry on down that road, they want to do that kind of dumb nonsense, we just drag you into court. That's all. And they're well aware of who you are. But anyway, I got work to do. I got to inspect the area. I got to do a walkthrough. I have to inspect the projectors they have. I got some of my projectors in because for the glass advertisement, ad tech, we need to have a huge piece of glass in order to advertise that technology. And we're blessed to get whatever window we want, which is, I needed so bad. I remember going, when I first came here to Allentown, driving by and seeing all these big storefront windows, like, wow, if we can just get one of these windows, just one of them, to just put that technology and to show what this technology can do, we'll be on the road. We'll be ready to go. And here we are. We got blessed with like 5 of them. So they're going to advertise in one. We can advertise one at the bottom. There's a whole setup at the bottom that allows us to do. Yeah, really nice person. No charge, no rent, nothing. It's just fantastic. All right, let me see. Got everything there. Oh, I gotta make sure I got my inhalers and all that stuff. Got to be on me. Where's the emergency one? I got 2 of these things. I got 4 of these things up in here. We only got 1. Oh, come on, click her on. I was looking at the projectors. I don't know. They're Dells, but they didn't say what kind of Dells. They said they have HDMI ports. 2700. We can operate at 1000. So anything at 1000 we can generate with no problem. And the environment, it's a museum. They made like a museum. So it has condensed lighting, which is nothing because we've done condensed lighting. So this is why it's good to test your stuff so you know exactly where your stuff is going to be to function at. But we function outside anyway, so that's not going to be a problem. It's going to be a cakewalk. As for doing the screen installment, yeah. Sorry about that, out-pointing analogies. That is going to be a breeze. Mind, we have a 1-code application. That's it. Boom, 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 boom. I got to do 13 screens. I'm knocking all those out. Mind you, I did my 2 walls and ceiling in no time at all. So that is nothing. Tape out what we want. Some of these screens are going to be ranging from, oh man, we got a screen going at 200 inches. 200 inches, 120s, 130s, 150s. And we do have a 235.1 here. They never seen 235.1. So we're going to introduce them to that friggin' aspect ratio. We're going to have a ball with that. And then we got about 3 or 4 motorized projection screens, a couple of manual screens that we're going to be doing for them, for the kids' room, for their area, for basically for school and all that stuff like that. I got a couple ultra stripped projectors in here too, they can have too. So that's for charity. We're going to give them something real nice to set them up real nice for the kids. So once I get this done, this is nice because I got access to the building anytime I want. I actually know the owner, the CEO, so I have access to the building anytime I want, which means I can bring clients in, check out my work, and also too, clients can see our technology from outside because we have the advertisement for outside. This is going great. So anytime I want, I can just, business cards, I gotta get them made up. Got a couple of nice sports bars. I've been around there a few times to get something to eat. Check out what they got set up in there. Pass them off a business card. Hey, this is where I'm located at. Come right and check out my work. And boom, there you go. All this free, not a dime. Now, it's interesting I would say this. I'm expecting for the haters to come back and say, oh, rent free inside your head. Look, man, you got problems. Something's wrong with you. Clearly, it's jealousy, I can see. Because again, I was here before everybody else. And when we came on here, we didn't get met with that kind of nonsense. And I have never met 2 individuals like that in my entire life. So it just comes down to hate and jealousy. That's what it is. Can't school someone who's been here longer than you. Just can't. I like that Dell right there. Portable for $39, that's a pretty nice one. I need to buy that one for demonstrations. But anyway, yeah, I've been here longer than you guys. So it is what it is, okay? If you feel that you need to test your stuff, man, that's all to it. I ain't gonna mention it no more. I'm tired of mentioning testing stuff. If people know how to test their stuff by now, that's your problem. I'm going to the next level. Yeah, maybe you get there, maybe you won't, who knows. So then I got an inspection to do, projector inspection, and I gotta do a walkthrough today. Let me see. Oh, okay. Cell phone. Whew. Man, the pollen count out here is brutal. Let me see. Let me see, I gotta go over to. They can get out of the house and be outside walking around. Hey, good morning, how you doing? I'm going to be coming down soon. I'm also going to bring a screen with me, and I want to get a chance to look at the projectors. Also, too, the screens in the back, is that okay? No, the screens you're talking about, the pull-up screens. Yes. Yes. All right, good. I can get a chance to do another walkthrough. You don't mind if I take pictures, do you? So I can see exactly how I'm gonna lay everything out. All right, perfect. All right, I'll be down in a few. All right, sorry about that. That's an early morning thing for me. I'm like 4 o'clock in the morning working. I'm so excited about the things I do. But anyway, yeah, no problem at all. No problem. 10 o'clock, okay? Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye. Time, yes. I get up early for this stuff, and I want to tell you. So I got to be down. I think 10 o'clock is fantastic. All right, that gives me a few things to get ready. I have to rush out the door so fast. I got a few things I got to take care of around here real quick. So I'm going to be doing the walkthrough today, and I'm going to get a chance to this is another place they have events too. They have these big, huge events for small business owners and stuff like that. But the fantastic thing about it is I know the CEO, which means bottom line is they come there and they rent the building. I'm actually displaying in the building because I'm doing some stuff for them over there. And they're interested in that black technology. That's what I told you about, that stuff we design, man. At the end of the day, man, companies see that stuff and they see the potential of what that technology can do. You know, quite just real quick, for those of you sitting there saying, well, I can develop. Look, man, here's what's going to happen. If you're going to sit there and say that you're going to develop a black technology, we've seen one person trying to do it right now. Let me explain something to you. They're going to want testing, a lot of testing. You're going to have to show a good amount of experience with the technology you're working with. We have over 8 years of working with black technology. We can pull videos way back from here. This is where we started from. This is our beta testers, blah, blah, blah. We can advertise that. We can show mountains and mountains of tests, difference between our products and different forms of black formula. Even the fact of showing that we allow people to try to make it and they failed at the end of the day. So again, we can back our tech. On top of that, for one of the displays we're doing, this is mostly all ultra short throws are going to be in there. And if you can't run on ultra short throws, you're in a problem. None of the environments will be catered for you at all, which means whatever environment they stick you in, this was where you got to thrive. So again, you won't pass it. None of it at all. You don't have the test or the experience or the knowledge to do the work in that environment. The environments that you guys worked in were catered, which means the people at the end of the day allowed you to be able to manipulate the environment in order to be able to produce image, whatever crap you said to them at the end of the day. And my demonstrations, no, we don't manipulate anything. Our demonstrations with our customers are fully the environment. Even the intro for the church that comes on. You see that environment manipulated? No. Sorry about that, people. So, yeah. Okay, that gives me a chance. We have to, oh, I can charge my batteries better too on top of that, because yeah, I need a new charger. I put none of the battery packs on chargers last night. What was I thinking? So we can charge 2 batteries for this one. I need to run the fire sticks independently. And I gotta get the Wi-Fi password when I go over there, because this phone runs by Wi-Fi only, because I use this one for work and this one's for recording. So I want to be able to record, and actually I can just record and upload. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing it live. Just record and upload. Walk to that bad boy, record everything I need, and then let me see. I got to record the windows. The windows are big. I got to bring somebody in to clean the windows, because the windows are big windows. 5'11". Those windows have got to be somewhere close to be about 20 feet high. They're big windows. Can you imagine ad tech? When we showed in the demonstration, that was a small image. Ad tech, 20 feet high. Mind you, my my screen I did in the backyard was 11 feet. They're not as wide as my screen in the back, but they are pretty big windows. So to be able to see Apple logos and different designs flash through the windows and stuff like that. Yeah, and yes, I will be contacting Apple, showing them the technology or advertising, to ask permission if we can actually advertise for free the logo right through a window. Oh, this is gonna pop off nicely. Oh, man. All right, let me see. I want to change my intro page to something a little bit more settling. I want to tape it up a little better. Where's my tape at too? And I need to find the inhaler. So I'm going to take the portable screen down, because again, portable screen will give me an idea. It's 150 inches. Yeah, it is for about 150 inches. So I'm taking that with me, so that way I can get an idea of these projectors they got down there, if they're going to act right. And they should, like I said, because we do 1,000 lumen projectors with no problem. I'm trying to figure out what kind of Dells they have. No, these organizations, basically, they get donations, which means, you know, schools and stuff like that. Businesses donate tons of computers, and which I don't need computers. But projectors, those older projectors, we run off those things easily. See, there you go. That's the plus side of basically engineering your technology to run off older projectors. Again, you know, any establishment we walk into, if it's old, oh yeah, we've been here and done it. We have machines way older than this. Yeah. I don't even know how people work with the newer projectors, because again, how do you know if your product is working or not if you're working on a newer projector? Because it pretty much, you know, kind of cheats the challenge. Okay. That's not too weird. Next screen I'm bringing in. Got until 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Well, okay, that gives me a chance to go in and edit my front page, because I'm gonna have customers and people. As I said, we're gonna be advertising. Oh, I forgot to send over my company's information. I gotta do that right now. Oh, I got it right here. She wanted the web address and all that stuff. We got this backer who came in, was asking me, how do I want to be advertised? So they can do commercials, they can do radio time, all kinds of stuff. Honestly, truthfully, I do not want to grow that big. They're thinking like multi-million dollar. Do not want to grow that big. Keep in mind, this comes with a lot of tons of responsibility at the end of the day. It does. And it will eat your free time like there's no tomorrow. I need to keep this on a mom and pop's level. Excuse me. About to pull my notes. I got allergies right now and they're triggering. But I got to keep it on a mom and pop's level. I don't want that kind of, the capital would be amazing. Yes, it would be. But again, with capital, that kind of capital comes with serious responsibilities. I don't want to deal with all that. I like to keep it at a mom and pop's level. I mean, if I'm doing a certain amount, I'm not talking about 10, 20. I mean, got to do way more than that. But I don't want it at that level. Gee whiz, I'm 55 years old, man. I'm looking to retire someday. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be in there slinging paint and on that level at the end of the day. I really don't. And on top of that, because I would be a CEO and founder, I would have to be there for just about everything because I got to sign off on a whole lot of decisions. I really don't want to be a part of all that. I want to keep it simple, nice little mom and pops, make good money, but I don't want to be too big, but I don't want to be too small. That's what I want. Keep it simple. Now, for some people got offended and sat there and said, well, yeah, I am. I do consider myself that. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm going to deny that. And I'm never going to apologize about it. From all the testing I have done, for how long I've been on YouTube and my time that I have put in and experienced, I know exactly what screens we can take and what screens we can't take. And I haven't found one yet. I've done more testing than anyone else has done. So I can basically say that about my product. They can't because, again, where is the testing? Again, I ain't got time to go through all that dumb nonsense and I got things to do, but still. And they can't brag about a product being good if you haven't done any testing. If you go into a room with anyone that certifies and they say, hey, look, you know, I got money to go pay $5,000, $7,000. Show me the difference between your product and my product. Can you do that? And we're not talking about colorful levels. I'm talking about serious test demonstrations. No. The reason why you have to do those serious test demonstrations is because you're going to have to prove 100% you can take the screen. If you can't take the screen and you're in there talking about you can take the screen, you can be hit with a lawsuit because they want you to prove it that you can take the screen. And again, much little pretty whatever ain't going to work at the end of the day. There's ambient projection technology in there. It's not going to work. So again, well, that's what we're going to advertise. And I will be advertising that online and offline, that we are the best technology. Why? When I say I'm not, at the end of the day, we don't have anybody to take us right now. Right now, I'm hoping that we get a black certified screen in, so that way we'd have a challenge at the end of the day. Any gray screen paints don't take black technology. We generate white levels just as high as y'all screens at the end of the day. I can make y'all paint all day long and it still won't even work against our products. Black technology, they don't have enough experience. Half of them don't even, one of them doesn't even work on an ultra short throw. I don't even know how that's even possible. You're literally sitting right up on top of the screen. Easiest demonstration to do on the face of the planet is ultra short throw. Where would you be having any problems? Distance throw? Nope. Worrying about the screen, well, the screen washes out because it's actually on a gray surface, or that's why it washes out. A gray or white surface, because it can't maintain color anyway. So that's not going to work. But anyway, yeah, and again, no testing at all, period, on the products. No, so your gray paints can't compete with our technology. That pretty much scratches all of you guys off at the end of the day. Let me see, all I got to do is just pour a star field and I can wipe that stuff easily. That's done. A fully lit environment, y'all not functioning. Take you outside, definitely not functioning. So that's pretty much it right there. That's obsoleted. Color demonstrations, we can wipe you in color easily. Matter of fact, I pick a better gray than a gray screen itself. So that's done. Certified screens, we did it already. We literally got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of demonstrations on knocking out certified. So that's finished right there. Only time we're going to have any competition is I run into a black certified screen. That's it. Because the only competition we do get is actual certified. Dark gray screens, yeah, again, can't see 100% black. White levels come up extremely poor, and the color basically can blend right into your screen, or if not, overpower it. So again, we do gunmetal. So again, that's not a challenge for us. Black screens. Anyone developing a black screen? Still, again, timeline it takes to paint the screen and basically makes and breaks the product. Whether you can paint it in a couple of seconds, or whether it takes a couple of hours to do. Other problem you're going to have, no white level test demonstrations. You got at least have between 10 and 20 white level demonstrations on a black screen. It's very important. You have to do this inside and outside. White levels change depending on where you're sitting at, depending on how much ambulance in the environment, especially when you're outside. It can shift extremely fast depending on what caliber projector you're using too, and how low the lumen counts are. Some people are jumping up to 4,000 to 5,000 lumens so they can maintain the white levels when the projector's sitting outside, screen sitting outside, due to the fact black screens do generate much lower white levels. But again, you're gonna have to do all those tests, and you have to do it at 1,000 lumens versus a white surface, which is automatically gonna have the ability to generate a much higher white level, especially when producing high white levels. Knock yourself out. That's why I said you're lacking in tests. See what I just said to you a couple minutes ago? Literally, that's how I speak to people that are doing business with, because then I can back my technology and video to do every single one of them right there on the site. 9:02. All right, we got 1 hour to prep. So again, all that other nonsense, that you can't talk that nonsense. Because again, you don't believe me that you can't talk that babble, we call it babble. Go to ABS forums, open up a forum and speak that nonsense in there and see what happens to you. I'm not a big fan of ABS forums, and never will be. But go in there and speak that babble over there. And you got projector heads over there. They will say, what the freak are you talking about? You're going to have to explain everything. Do not bring up the 2-gain policy, because that's not going to work. One of the things I said I saw on it, which I knew isn't real, screens can't have 2 gains. There's no such thing as a gain range. It doesn't exist. You have to prove and back that up. That'll be the first of its kind. Really, honestly, it'll be the first of its kind. I've never heard of that before. But you're going to have to back that up. If you painted the screen in the first time, you're going to have to sit there and say, someone's going to say, so what gain was that? Oh, that was 0.8. This is how you paint. You have to prove that screen pulls up at 0.8. You got to get yourself a gain gun and prove that it can come in. It does read actual 0.8. And then if you're saying, hey, we got to paint this a different way with the same product, mind you, not a different product, the same product, you're going to pull up a different gain, or depending on how you paint it, man, gee whiz. This is the reason why I want to get out of the industry and do something. I want to do what I want to do, but we want to separate ourselves and give ourselves a different name to separate ourselves from the industry. This is a different kind of cartoon nonsense that's going on. Man, I don't want to be a part of that mess. That's the most dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. I want a foreign site. You're going to tell me that I'm going to paint a screen in. And I got no proof that that gain is, we don't put down 0.9. We don't put that in there. We engineer our gain at the end of the day. And we do enough ambient projection demonstrations to show that our products can thrive. We got sunlight demonstrations where screens are eating up sunlight. So that tells you how powerful our gains, our capable of our gains can do. So, but you're talking about painting the screen in with the same paint, nothing different, the same paint. I can see if it was a different paint. We're talking about the same paint. And you're going to be able to get a different gain because you painted differently? No, that's virtually impossible. Wow, I swear. I mean, seriously, I hate to say this, and I don't like to call anybody idiots in the day, but I have to. If people are that gullible at the end of the day to believe something that stupid, I don't want to be on YouTube anymore. I'm switching gears and going to another platform. I can't entertain that nonsense at the end of the day. That's just downright stupidity. I literally have to have a discussion or an argument or a debate with someone about that at the end of the day being a possibility. No, I'm good. I got to come off this platform, go someplace else. I need a more intelligent IQ level. But that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I literally got idiots that will come into the room on a hot mic and sit there and argue with me how that's a possibility with no proof. Yeah, guess what I can do? I can actually turn water into actual gold. I don't need any proof because I can just post it here and people will believe it. That's sad. That is okay. That does not work, not even possible. I'm going to take that clip from his website. I'm going to post it over to a website I'm at right now, another forum, and I'm going to ask the opinion of people in the room. Do you think this is possible? Wait till you see the backlash I get from it. People are like, oh, the freak, who the heck wrote this nonsense at the end of the day? No, you can't do that. 2 gains off a screen. And because you painted different, no different paint, it's the same paint. Yeah, okay. Judging by how you paint the screen. Yeah, I gotta see those. I tell you one thing, the people I do business with, I'm doing business today, you feed that nonsense to them, and they'll look at you like, get out. You gotta go get out. Even those, they know some stuff about projections. Not on our stuff, because again, they're used to dealing with white screens all day. But no one's gonna believe that. That's virtually impossible. I got one for you. If you use our screen paint for the ceiling, you can actually bring in a vortex to go to another dimension. Yeah, did you know that's possible? Gee whiz, seriously. Not possible. Sorry, people. You gotta speak the truth when you design your products. Because again, you know, you gotta advertise this stuff to other people. Can't bring all kinds of craziness. You're not gonna believe that stuff. Another thing too is when you're on camera, you have to talk projector talk. You know, not that abstract, abstract of no. No. Nonsense is freaking confusing. It doesn't make any sense. Nope. Okay, let me see. We got the, what do we have? We have the fire stick. Ooh, don't leave that behind. Man, I tell you, this is an amazing blessing. I'm going to be able to advertise. I can't believe this. No money down, nothing. How much money those storefronts were going to cost me? It was not going to be cheap. It was going to be expensive. On top of that, I pay for electric and gas and all utilities. I'm getting free Wi-Fi. I'm getting free electric, everything free. Excuse me. One thing I like about pollen count up here is brutal. These allergies ain't too bad today. Oh, I gotta bring some air cleaners in. That's what I do. That's a blessing right there. No, I ain't paying for nothing. Yeah, man. And then to be to come in there, show demonstrations, be painting the screens in, setting everything up. Window ad tech, we can start building the website now because we actually have a window display to put our technology in to show it off. And it's right there, downtown. Man, you can't get any better than that. I'm thinking when I walked in there, like, okay, they're gonna charge me for this. So I'm getting ready to tally up what I gotta pay. But after she saw that black technology, they never, like I said, that stuff is, you got to do, when you're working with black technology, it's not enough just to project it to the wall. We got 3D mapping applications. We can show proof that our technology works with 3D mapping because we have the equipment here. And a lot of those places do some form of 3D mapping applications to show off stuff. So we have that right there under our belt. Ceiling projection technology, floor projection technology, that stuff right there blows their freaking mind. And we turn lights on, ceilings activate and all that stuff. You know, that's why I said that, you know, the other fellow was making this black paint. You have to do more than that. You don't understand the abilities of black technology. You don't. You're a noob in the business. You don't understand it. Black technology has so many different applications. It's not even funny on what you could do with this stuff. And he doesn't see it. He doesn't understand it. He's stuck to a wall. That's where he's at. That's the everyday joke, stuck to a wall. Us at the end of the day, we don't, on a wall, we got to do floors. That's something, one time I did a floor. And so, well, why would you do the floor? Why wouldn't I do a floor? you know, because we did floors now. We got people who want these, and we can show a screen firing up, fully lit environment to a floor. This is something people want in office buildings, a dentist's office, because it keeps the kids occupied. Ceilings, displays, hotels, lobbies, and casinos, all kinds of stuff. And the first thing they ask is, hey, if I turn this stuff on, they are used to the washed out screen. That's the normal. The demonstration I saw in the video, you know, honest opinion, it just took too long. It took too long to paint the screen. It was way too long. Too much work. And then seeing it up close, there was way too many imperfections. That product was not designed right. There was not enough testing done in the product. Well, you'll find out, paint it to the screen, you'll figure it out. But anyway, so that was another problem you had right there. And then showing the product when it was done, it was in a dark environment with the screen sitting on the floor. You're not supposed to do that in a paint and dry. Especially in a paint and dry, you're never supposed to dry the screen on an edit. You don't do that. Paint and dry is literally you sit there and you watch paint physically dry. I've done it so many times to count, it's not even funny. Oh, right there. That's eye paint screens. We did that demonstration already a year ago. I've already tested their products. As a matter of fact, I had 3 of their products that we already tested already. Been there and we've done that already. Oh, shoot. I forgot to show them the entire room being done. They haven't seen that one yet. They're probably going to let me do, I can do a whole room projection setup. They're probably going to let me do it. They're definitely let me do it. That whole place is my playground. I can do whatever I want in there, which is pretty cool because any technology we add in there, you know what I mean, it's all donated. They get it for free. But it brings us tons of advertising. So let me see. Here we go. It's a paint on demonstration right here. Fixed frame screen.
My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens.
See how fast it takes me to paint the screen.
This is a screen we're using for demonstration displays for our Supreme Exotic Epic Blue. This is what they look like. When I told you the screen is blue, they are blue screens. It's when I showed off in my last demonstration, showing the screen taking in a ton of ambient light. So right now we're going to convert this screen over into a Black Nova. All right, so let's begin.
Now you see the rise in the middle.
You always want to shake it up and stir it up. I just got finished using it a few minutes ago.
Or it's padded.
So
this is how fast it should take you to do a screen.
And pour this right down on your screen. Now, I always, since it's a test screen, as I said before, this is a test screen. When you do this, you want to make sure that you get some frog tape, which we don't have here, but we don't need this. Is a test screen for outside. When you get some frog tape and you tape up your vinyl, not vinyl, but your velvet, sorry.
We have a demonstration to show you how to do that too. How to tape the velvet.
You want to make
this
sure
is a
you
test
always
screen. This is how fast you should have it painted.
Sorry, not velvet tape.
Well, Mr. Bird, we got things to do today. I gotta be out this door.
That are not already.
I do an inspection today.
And this is just basically for me to be able to just paint my screen on to get this ready for outdoor demonstrations, which we're going to be doing on this paint. What I like to do, for me personally, is I like to paint my corners first, like so. That's what I like to do. That's how I like to begin my paint. I like to get my corners.
So I'm actually using the middle of the screen as a paint pan.
I brought my roller and I tilt it on the edge like
Tilting on the edge, yep.
Get those corners. And helps me out with what I'm doing. This shows you how easy the process is. And I'm actually using my screen in the middle as a paint pan. But it shows you how easy it is to paint the screen. It's not hard to do. don't have to be a professional. It's very easy to paint. Like I said, when I'm doing my corners, I just shut my roller up just a little bit. But you want to make sure all that taped up really well, so you don't have to worry about damaging your velvet. That one right there. Got my edge. Get my edge right real good. And just repeat the same process all the way around. I'll show you a little bit of that on there. That's how I like to do it.
Do your corners first. Makes it easy. You go back and forth. That's it. I don't know what you were doing when you were painting that screen. That was just way too much work. And notice when I poured it out, I didn't go back to no paint roller. When I'm painting a screen of a size that's way bigger than what you're using, yeah, you will go back to the paint pan. When you're painting screens as a screen size of 150, 180, big screens like that, yeah, there's no way in the world you're going to pour one little line and cover a screen of that size. That's virtually impossible. You have to go back to a paint pan. But a screen at 100 inches, 120, no, whatever you pour it there, you should be able to hit it, no problem. Again, you don't explain things correctly.
Like I said, it doesn't take much for you to paint the surface. It's very, very easy to do. I just advise you that when you're using, now keep in mind sometimes when you do some fixed frame screens, they may have a protective coating on the surface. And this is so you can wipe the screen down if something gets spilled onto it. And usually if you apply our paint, sometimes the paint will separate and you'll see these little white spots pushing through. Don't worry about that. I tell people never force the screen when
Did he tell you that in the video? No, because he never painted one of those screens before. I painted multiple screens that had those protective coatings.
that happens. Don't add more paint. Don't try to force it on. Put a light coating on, let that dry, and then go over it. I had to do that to a couple of screens. I had over here some elite screens and some silver tickets. Sometimes we'll have that coating on it, and you don't want to force that. All you want to do is just basically just...
Now, Danny, I'm just going to mention this. You see how I'm painting the screen this way? If I paint it this way, you have any idea how much work that is at the end of the day? I got screens that are way bigger than this. That means I would have to stretch all the way over and tilt my body just to get over to that. No, you paint them this way. What happens if you have to paint a 235.1, 150, 180 inch screen? You're going to be going all the way over. That's virtually impossible. You have to paint it this way. This is how it has to be done. It's easier that way.
Put a
Doing
nice
too much
light
work.
coating, nothing heavy,
Way too much
over
work.
top of it. And then, when you're done, they're dry, just go over top of it. You want to lay a nice foundation over top of it. That's all you want to do. All right. So once I pass through here, we are officially done. We've already painted in our black Nova screen. And that's it right there.
Done.
So before, very easy to do, very easy to apply. Right there, it doesn't take a lot of paint. So I'm gonna go hang this up. in
I'm
the next
finished.
room.
That's it. So your
There,
first...
that's where we're gonna do the demonstration.
Your first application wasn't even done yet. That was just to cover the screen to get it wet. No, that's done. We're finished.
Now, how dark the screen is, nice and dark. We're gonna hang it up in here. Now the projector we're gonna be using is my ViewSonic projector. I paid about $150 for this projector. It is 600 by 800 or 800. There's a little weight to it. Yep. I got that up there quite well. Make sure. There we go. Just want to make sure. Sometimes I pull it off and put it back on. I just want to make sure. All right, so I'm gonna go downstairs. Grab a few things real quick. Okay, everything ready for that.
That's what you should have done in your demonstration. You see how far I'm sitting back from my screen? I'm not sitting right up on top of it. They can see the entire environment. They can see the screen at the same time. This is how you do a paint and dry proper paint demonstration. So when we do a demonstration showing people how to paint the screen, not only do we show basically how easy it is to paint it in one coat application, very easy to do, paint your corners first, it makes it 10 times easier. When you're doing fixed frame screens, if you're gonna frog tape your velvet, what you should do, you take it and you tuck it under the frame. Because what happens is some people just tape along the sides, and you could have about this much of a thin line of velvet exposed, and your paint sloshing around in there. When you pull off the tape, you're gonna have whatever color screen you paint is gonna have a thin line the inside of your border. You don't want that. That's why you tuck the tape underneath of it. We show you how to do all that. But the reason why he doesn't know that, because he doesn't have any experience. That's why. You haven't been around long enough. So when you do a paint on demonstration, you should be able to paint, dry, and display all in the same video.
All right, so let me get my projector over here set up. Let's get our lights on. Get it nice and bright in here. Like I said, it took me no time at all to paint the screen at all, you know. This is one of the darkest screen paints we make. We call this actually the cool name of it is Advanced Ambient Light Projector.
Now, for those of you trying to make my product and you keep coming up gray, do you see the color of that technology? Do you see the color of this screen over here? This is dark gray. This right here is actually black. You see my sofa over here? See that? Y'all keep coming up with these gray screens saying you're making black and you're not. It's gray.
They're called.
See my border? That border is solid black. You see that? Look at the border, look at the screen. Look at the border here. Look at the border, look at the screen. See how they don't match here? Because this is actually dark gray. This right here is actually black. That means the border will actually blend right into it. You don't know what you're doing.
Just a little better. Bring it back just a little bit more.
So I'm bringing it back now to expand it to the size of the screen because I want it to fit nicely.
All right. And let me go break. Now this, like I said, it's an older screen. It got some cracks right in the middle, but the cracks are from the screen. So that's why we're going to use this one out.
Now, when you sat there and said if you paint a screen like 2 times, no. You know how many times it takes to crack a screen? I know, I literally did one. I cracked a couple of screens from painting them over and over again. It takes like 40 to 50 applications to literally crack a final screen. Motorized screen to jam the motor, it takes 40 times to jam a motor. Did that one too.
So
I know exactly how many applications it takes. Reason why, because he made a statement about why his coating's so thin, because you know, if you put it on acrylic paint, if you paint it too many times, you'll crack it. It takes 40 applications to crack a motor. They actually destroy motors, make it smoke. Did it already. I've had so many motorized screens, it's not even funny.
Time while that's drying. Going to have a little shine in the screen because that comes from the paint being still wet.
Now, if you notice in the demonstration I'm doing here on the product, do you see how far I'm away from my screen? I don't have the camera right up on top of the screen where you can barely see the entire, you got to see the environment, how the environment's going to react to the screen, how the screen is going to function, how it's going to dry. You need to see all of that. Even the drying time is extremely important. So that way the customer can see everything from beginning to end. If you're doing demonstrations, again, God knows it takes forever to get the screen paint in. Number 2, you don't know how fast the screen dries because he edited that part, so we really don't know that in the day. And on top of that, when you showed the final product, your camera was right up on top of the screen. It was so close we couldn't even see the background environment. You did it wrong. That's a poor demonstration. That's how you do a paint and dry demonstration. And again, when people are sitting there hearing me talk to this on camera saying, look, it's taking too long. He should have been had that painted by now. Do you have any idea how many screens like that I could have painted in a timeline? It took me to paint one freaking screen. I could do dozens of those.
Now keep in mind, anytime when you paint one of these screens in, as I said before, They're always a little darker when they're wet. As they
Dry,
turn dry,
lighter.
they get lighter.
I got tons of these demonstrations. I've done just about everything. We did them on styrofoam, we've done them on sheets, we've done them on plastic, we've done them on glass, fabric, you name it, we've done it. So if I show somebody a demonstration, okay, how easy is to paint your product in? I can sit there, tape out the screen, done, I'm it, we're done, we're finished, let's go. Turn the projector on, dry it right in front of them, move on. You can't do that, it takes too long to paint it. You sat there and told an entire story, literally by painting that screen in. All I did was come in, tell you simple tricks. This is how you want to tape it up for the border. You want to lean your roller to the side when you're hitting corners. Tape your corners first. We're done. Let's hang it up. Now you get a chance to watch the screen dry right in front of you. Okay. Screens in here we painted are bigger than the screens we had at the house, and we dry these with no fan. All right, let me see. I'm gonna get ready. I got things to do. Don't watch that. I got things. Your product should have launched on January the 23rd as you appointed, because again, you rushed the product. You rushed it. It's a rush job.
Well, we're still a little wet right up in there.
Now my room from there sits back 15 feet, so I'm 15 feet from a screen. Fully lit environment, and look at the image.
Super jet black. Now these are actually
I need to post this on the website.
3 shades darker than our 12s. And this is actually the upgrade for the 12s.
That's why somebody said, oh, you're just being nasty, you're just being rude. No, I've done this so many times, it's not even funny. I'm an expert in this field. I've been around forever. If I tell you that it's taking too long to paint the screen in, it takes too long to paint the screen in. If I tell you the demonstration wasn't done properly, it wasn't done properly. This is what a customer wants. A customer doesn't want to sit there and spend forever painting the screen, and they don't want that. They don't want the first reaction to be ugly. That first reaction has to be perfect. We don't say, oh, we're just going to slough the paint around and then we got 3 more coats to do after this. They don't want to hear that nonsense. They want to hear 1 coat application, I'm done, hang it up, dry it, watch it, finish. That's it. That's what they want.
Saying the contrast is, the white levels, how the white levels pop. As I said before, in order for a screen to be able to pull off white levels such as that, you would have to have a black screen of white levels such as that. You have to have some form of contrast in the screen. I'm sorry, not contrast. I'm so sorry. White levels in the screen. That's my fault.
And then the finished product was sitting in a dark environment with the camera so close up on top of it, you couldn't even see the corner edges of the rest of the screen. You know why? Because it was coming up dark. That's why. Your product is not even ready yet. You got to take that back. You need a ton of testing on that. You can't just launch black technology like that. It doesn't work that way.
Like I said, to pull off these different shades of bright colors, you have to have some kind of white level in the screen.
Move it up because I got things to do today, people. Look at that.
I told you that was a big screen. That's a 235.1 over there.
That's my 235.1. Can you imagine him trying to paint this screen this way? Do you know how much a headache that would have been? You have to paint them this way. This is why they paint all screens this way. You come on camera with not even knowing exactly what the freak you're talking about. Oh, you got to paint it this way. Dude, I've done dozens and dozens and dozens of fixed frame screens. I've done 150s, 180s, 130s, all different forms of 235.1s. You got to be kidding me. There is no way in the world on God's green earth I'm going to paint a screen this way. I would have to stretch. You see how long this screen is? I would have to stretch all the way over, come all the way back. Come all the way over, because there's a bar in the middle. This thing has 3 bars in the middle. You see any bar imprints on my screen anywhere? No. You know why? Because you pad the bar. That's what you do. All you got to do is take fabric, stick it in the back of the screen, and pad the bar. Paint it this way, you won't even see it when you pull out the fabric, and the screen stretches right back to its original form. See how smooth that looks all the way across? How that border looks crisp, not even touched? That's how you do it. Big screen. Let's see how the screen is reacting. See how I'm moving around the environment?
Like I said,
that's what you should have saw.
Screens, your white levels are going to be a tad lower than a white or gray screen, but
Literally tell you in demonstrations, white levels are going to be a tad lower. All that information right there. Look at this. Look.
some other places on eBay, they have them for around $250 if they're still there. A couple places I've seen them for about maybe
Naysayers in here getting upset and getting angry already. Hey, I'm an expert in this field. I told you already from the door. Y'all come into my room talking all this nonsense. Y'all don't know jack at the end of the day. I'm going to tell you that right from the door. I got more experience in the tip of my finger than you got in a whole freaking century. And that's true right there. I can come here and pull and show you a demonstration right from the door. It shouldn't take that long to paint a screen in. That is virtually way too long to paint a screen in. No customer in the right mind is going to go through that process. With our technology, just like that, done, easy. A kid could paint that screen in. There's no way in the world a child will be able to paint that screen. They'll make way too many mistakes. That's why you need instructions. We say, oh no, no instructions don't need to come with it. You know how to take a roller, hit a wall with it, right? That's it. That's how easy it is. It's literally what I just did in the demonstration. Tried it on camera, no editing, no nonsense, no waiting 2 to 3 minutes on the level, none of that. Boom, done. That's it. You know, in the world, I'm going to do this freaking they wouldn't even allow me to do a multi-setup in there if I had to turn around and I had to basically paint each screen in that way. It's too much freaking work. Nobody wants to do it. 35.1 projector or 16:9 back and forth. So like I said, we're using the plastic tablecloth used that maybe your grandmother and mother may have to protect their furniture from getting scratched or damaged. Oh, man. No way in the world should ever take that freaking long. Spray on application. We did spray on application too on camera. I need to grab this too. We need to grab it. I need to go and get some more of these videos. This is the reason why our site is basically getting problems because again, we do a ton of demonstrations on our sites. This is how your screen is supposed to be reacting. You're supposed to be in a fully lit environment. These people are sitting in these dark environments thinking that's normal. That is not freaking normal. You're not supposed to be in a dark environment. See, that's the problem. At the end of the day, with customers in the day, they tell you this dumb nonsense. This is the reason why I don't do any testing. They can make any crappy paint on the face of the planet and serve it to you because the requirements are low. Oh, we don't have to be in a fully lit environment. Well, if all screen paints were required not to be in a fully lit environment, you know how easy my job would be at the end of the day? I can make any crap on the face of the planet. Anything pull up in a dark environment. Anything will pull up in an ambient light controlled environment. That's not hard, excuse me, that's freaking easy. Trying to get a screen to pull up in a fully lit environment and maintain that massive screen size, that's kind of hard to do. But for what they're doing, it's nothing, man. I can take some black and white paint, mix it together, put a little glitter in there with some mica and silver, stick it with a high-end projector in a poorly lit environment and tell people, oh, this is the way you have to do it. That gives me the reinsurance that number one, if I'm requesting to use a certain caliber lumen projector, I'm ensuring myself that it's always going to show up. And then number two, see that screen outside flowing right there? There we go. Number two, on top of that, I really ain't got to do much. What kind of testing do I have to do at the end of the day if all screens are required to be in ambient light and controlled environments? You know how easy my job becomes? There we go. Look. Boom. And y'all sitting there crying and whining about, oh, you know, ambient light. No, you don't got no ambient light rejection technology. Y'all don't even know what ambient light rejection technology is. This is ambient light rejection technology. I'm not talking about when people say, oh, I'm not talking about the customers. I'm talking about when I speak like that, I'm not about the naysayers that do these fake demonstrations, freaking fake demonstrations all day long. Y'all don't know what ambient light, that's ambient light projection technology. A screen is supposed to be to maintain outside and inside with no problem whatsoever. Shouldn't be having any issues. But that's the reason why they give everybody has the same thing: low lumen light, low ambient light controlled environment, same nonsense. Then you really don't have to work that hard. If I basically have to be in a low lumen environment all the time, I really don't have to work that hard to make a really good screen paint, because again, it's not required for me to work that hard. And since the masses believe that's the normal, that's the way it's supposed to be, well, then guess what? They don't even have to work that hard. I can literally just make a black and white paint, mica, silver, glitter, boom, hit it with a high-end projector, get an 8K projector, throw it on that, that'll blow your mind. Oh my God, look how amazing the image looks. Man, that's smoke and mirrors. I'm just basically selling you crap at the end of the day. I can literally fool y'all on that. And y'all sell praise at the end of the day. That's crap. Doing that sucker at 1,000 lumens, 13 feet outside like that, yeah, that's a different story. Now, that's the problem. And it makes it easier. Now we got these ultra sure throws that people constantly use in demonstrations. Ultra sure throw is not a real demonstration at the end of the day. It's sitting too close to the screen. That's just like if I take my projector and I push it all the way up to the screen and go, ooh, look at the color, look at the contrast, look how bright it is. Yeah, that's pretty much what ultra sure throws are. So if your main demonstrations are done on that projector like that, you're not really doing anything impressive. But I preached enough online. I've preached and preached and preached and tried to explain to people at the end of the day that the industry's been ripping you off for years. And they tell you all the same thing: go buy more expensive projectors. You're still stuck in the same environment with the same projector. You buy the P2, whatever projector you get, and you're still in the same dark environment, ambient light controlled environment, calibrating your projector, buying massive amounts of contrast for your projectors, would do end up costing you more money. You're all still even stuck and stuck in the dark since God knows how long. It's the same thing. And they'll bring out new projectors next year, and guess what? You guys will still be stuck in a dark environment. Not our customers. Our customers will be doing this stuff at the end of the day on projectors that cost far less than what you paid for at the end of the day. Yes, far less. And if they're saying you're saving your money, again, how are you saving any money if they have to spend money for expensive projectors in order to get the screen to look nice? Yeah, not even nice at that. That's pretty a shame right there, isn't it? We have the rare things to do today. We got almost, yeah. Yeah. It's a shame though. Let me see. Let me see. You know what? I gotta go. Gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless. I gotta do an inspection today.